literally in a car, we're on the road. Until now, we have shown you the city. Malaga is a beautiful city. You know that we love it, we live there. But there is so much more to Malaga than the city. Malaga is a province. Malaga has a lot to offer culturally and gastronomically. And that is what we're going to show you today.
Perfect. We are, indeed. I can't really add to that. We're off to see my lovely friend and sometimes compañera in the food experience, Lynsey. She has her own cooking school, La Rosilla, up here in the mountains, where you can come and enjoy a wonderful day cooking with her, which is exactly what we're going to do today, followed by sitting down and eating lunch together. So I can't think of a better way to spend a Tuesday afternoon.
Ladies, for coming to La Rosilla. Welcome to our home. Today we're going to cook two lovely semi-traditional dishes together because I always like to add my own twist. I think any dish can be manipulated and spruced up a little bit, and what we're going to do today is a traditional chickpeas and spinach, which you'll probably find in most tapas bars, but I don't think you'll ever taste one like this. All around this area, and as you know, in Malaga, Granada, etc., has a huge Moorish influence, and I like to bring the Moorish spices, the warm flavours and the herbs into our dishes as well. So we're going to add that into the dishes. So it gives it a slightly different twist, a little modernisation, but with ancient herbs and spices. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. And then we're going to do morcilla, an apple dish, a Spanish black pudding dish, and with the sweetness of the apples, almonds from our trees. We use all our own home-grade ingredients, our own olive oil, all our fresh herbs we grow ourselves. So it's all in-house, so to speak, and represents our lifestyle. And in between we'll have a few sherries.
Oh, good.
But before any more sherry, we need to chop because I don't want any fingers in my dish. Cut it through the centre that way and then down that way. That's great. And Hanni, have you ever used one of these?
No.
So this is a garlic grater. These are made in Granada, so it's a very traditional dish. It's probably the best garlic grater or for ginger and chocolate as well that we make here. So it's lovely.
I have one of those with plastic, but it goes this way.
So
I've only seen this on your Instagram, but nowhere else.
So we're just going to have a 1 clove of garlic in this dish. So you can use the peeler as well if you've ever used one of those before.
I have not.
So if you can get a nice clove out for me. So with this dish, we've got lots of herbs and spices which we'll run through as we go. But basically, to start with, we're just going to make a very nice spiced tomato sauce, of which we'll then place our chickpeas and spinach. So very simple. Also, this tomato sauce, you can add white fish to it, prawns, anything. So it's a really nice base to learn how to make anyway. Also, exceptionally healthy. So it sort of counteracts all the sherry and wine we're going to drink later. So obviously, lots of olive oil in our cooking. And yes, we do use it for frying and not just salad dressing like everybody always asks me, because that's all we have, olive oil. So on a medium heat, I'm going to start by frying off cumin seeds.
Love cumin
So we add it to the cool oil because it's a good indication once they start popping and you can smell the aroma of the cumin, that then your oil is ready to cook in. So we have our...
So that was probably about a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not very good at measurements.
No, I'm terrible at
I'm a bit slapdash. But...
a good shape. But for anybody watching who wants to recreate it at home, I'd say it was a good teaspoon.
Yeah, so we'll just wait until the aroma comes. You can smell now?
Yeah.
So it just is ready now for us to add our red onion. The reason I use red onion, I think it gives a nice sweeter flavour to the dish, and it also adds a nice contrast in colours as well.
Yeah.
So So we're just going to saute all of the onion. You're not putting garlic in at this stage because the oil is quite hot. And a little tip when you're frying off your onions is to add your salt at the beginning, which will stop the onion catching and help them to sweat down as well. Another little tip, I don't know whether you ever make your own caramelised onions, if you put bicarbonate of soda into it, same as chickpeas, it'll caramelise like in a quarter of the time.
Well, I know.
Now, in this recipe, we use quite a lot of dried herbs because I think things are cooking off for a long time, the dry herbs will hold their flavour. And then we always dress the dish at the end to serve us with fresh herbs.
So like corianders and
I would use the coriander stalks if I was cooking this dish, and that would also be lovely if you add any fish to it or whatever. But with this, for instance, we're going to use mint, which again is quite a Moorish spice, but at the end we'll rustle with fresh mint. So now we're going to add our garlic puree. Now, warm flavour doesn't really seem much, but because we're going to add the harissa spice, it's totally sufficient.
Yeah.
Now, as I say, in this dish we're going to use harissa. Harissa is chilli paste from North Africa. Now, I use this one a lot, so I know how much to use.
Okay.
It's quite strong, so just a teaspoon is completely fine.
I actually have that brand in my kitchen and I don't know how much.
Well, a teaspoon isn't
often below our heads on.
Yeah.
I've got two, a red one and a green one, actually from Tangier. But they're like brandless. They're just in a.
And sometimes they come in a tube-like paste.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not quite as strong actually, so you can use a little bit more. If I say to people, just put a teaspoon. If you want it any hotter, add your harissa to the yogurt at the end, so then you can add it that way. So we're going to add just a teaspoon now, and then cook that out. It will get quite
smell the chili.
Spicy. Hanni, so mind your eyes. Hanni, if you could add a teaspoon of this, the smoked paprika. So we've got our pimienton.
That looks very local.
Yeah, and it's the dulce, obviously meaning sweet smoked, not the piquante. We don't need that as well as the.
Like that?
Yeah. Now we only literally want this to stir this through now, because often it can burn a little bit of the paprika. Perfect. And then in that terracotta jar, Hanni, is chopped tomatoes.
Oh,
so,
nice. All of them in?
Yes, all of them in.
Lovely.
So to make our nice tomato sauce.
Wow. Perfect. So just regular tin tomatoes.
Brilliant.
That makes it nice and quick
In a nice pot.
And a lovely pot. Fabulous pot.
Okay, lovely. So
Beautiful.
bring that up
Colour's
now
gorgeous.
to the boil.
So I'll just sit there.
Yeah, just a little pinch more salt. That's it. We always use salt flakes. And so it looks often that you're being very generous with the salt, but it's not harsh. It's just a perfect seasoning, brings the flavour out of the tomato.
As much as I love to use authentic Spanish ingredients, I cannot wean myself off molten salt. But actually, most of
I have found one that's not too bad, which is that one.
I get that, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's not too bad.
But the most of my chef friends actually use molten as well, so I think it's universally
And you can get
accepted
it
as being
easier
one of the
now.
best.
You can,
very easily. I get it on the market.
So we're going to add the dried mint now. About half of that should be fine.
Is dried mint quite easy to come across? I don't think I've ever come across.
Yeah, buena.
Okay, I probably haven't looked for it.
Yeah, so you can get it in any of the, supermarkets. Just lovely aroma.
Gosh, it smells so great.
So that's literally a simple tomato sauce which you could use for anything. Albondigas, fish, prawns, roasted sweet potatoes, anything. So we make that a lot. Now with our chickpeas, we're very fortunate in Spain that our jarred chickpeas are excellent.
Yes.
Unlike tin ones you get in other countries, so we're very fortunate. So always, if you can, I know we're quite especially at this moment, we all need to get a cheap jar, but sometimes treat yourself to a little bit more expensive because you can taste the difference.
How much is expensive?
Well, like a couple of euros, I suppose. 60 cents.
60 cents for more. We'll see what happens.
Look at our face when you say 2 euros for a jar of chickpeas.
It's like when people come and tell me to spend 3 euros on a bottle of cava.
And if you want to do your own, soak them overnight in the boiler. And again, just add a little bit of bicarbonate of soda. All the skins will come off. It's perfect.
Wow.
So we're going to add the chickpeas in now. They've just been drained
May
and
I?
washed.
Martini.
Did you know you could make meringues out of chicken water? Aquafaba.
I did
Really?
not
They're
know that.
vegan meringues. So if you drain the water off, they're exactly the same as egg whites. So we're going to add a whole bag of spinach on top. So healthy, girls.
It is healthy. So much room for sharing
There we are.
in our diet.
Now that's spinach.
And we'll actually make that sauce though.
Yeah.
Because that is
Fabulous.
so simple.
Now then, I want you to squeeze half a lemon on. And then place it on top of the spinach. Oh wow. But it's very, very cold, so
wow.
you only need a cupful.
Yes.
So we're going to add a cupful
Very
in just around the lemon.
Where can I find orange blossom water?
Lots of places in Malaga actually. Going to let that wilt down, which take about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we just stir it in, and then we switch it off, let it just steam, and you can eat it cold, you can eat it warm at room temperature. It's lovely with feta or cheese. Okay, so the next dish we're going to make, ladies, and we're doing it outside because it's always lovely to cook al fresco, is morcilla, which is a Spanish blood sausage, which puts a lot of people off. So it's almost like a love-hate thing, but often when they've tried this dish, which has the sweetness and tartness of apples and honey, they get converted. There's lots of different types of morcilla, with rice, without. This is without. This is made in our local town of Comnar. Very famous for it. All the skins, etc., are natural. It's lovely, lovely mellowed spice, so it's perfect. And we're literally just going to fry this off so the outsides will be crisp. We're going to have tart Granny Smith apples and red onion. So if you could pass the apple over, I think one actually might be enough. Hanni, if you could peel the apple and roughly cube it.
Certainly.
Do you my onion trick again?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. No, I'm going this way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now also with this dish, if you wanted to add it, make it a slightly more substantial, you could add white beans to it as well, ulubias, which are nice. If you want to add it more of a robust dish. But this is lovely, it gives off lots of lovely juices, perfect for dipping homemade bread into and things. So. I am actually going to just take some of the skin off this. You don't just have to do
This is like almost like a black pudding that people would have in their breakfast at home.
Yeah, and there's no reason they can't
yummy.
use that. Be absolutely, come on you. So just in rings like that, okay.
So can you eat it just as it is without frying
Yes, you can,
it? So,
but
okay. It's not as nice if it doesn't.
I like it with a little
edge.
crispy edge.
That is.
And it's 100% natural. You know, there's no
That's
additive,
yummy.
there's no gluten, there's no rusk or anything added.
Yeah.
We add our Rosilla olive oil.
There you go. There's another team building exercise for your planner.
And again, like before, we're going to use our cumin. Crispy.
The cumin is definitely a staple. In
Yeah.
these.
It's so tasty as well. Like Yes, I just love the flavour of cumin.
And I definitely prefer Cuban seeds to Cuban, to ground cumin.
Oh yeah, you can smell it now.
Yeah.
Smell the aroma. Pop your onion in. That's it. That's it. Just spread that out. And then just over, Jessica, is the salt. We'll add our pinch of salt like before to the onions. Lovely. And Hanni, if you can add your apples.
Certainly, with pleasure.
Now, we're not going to cook these down till they're soft. We're literally just going to brown everything on the outside. We want everything to keep its natural shape and to have a bite. Well, our almonds, which are from our trees, but also miel de caña from Virginia, which is lovely. Yeah. So it's cane sugar honey. Obviously, you can use any honey, but because we're fortunate in this area to have so many, but you want a sort of a dark, strong honey.
Yeah, because they call it honey, but like you say, it's cane sugar honey.
It's like molasses.
Yes. Yeah. Or black treacle, you could use it.
Yeah. But it's perfect with all cheeses, goat cheeses, baked figs, things like that, and aubergines, as you know, berenjenas fritas that we can get in Malaga at the market.
Yeah.
Great. So if you could add a handful of almonds, that would be lovely. Perfect.
Almonds grown on your trees?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just have that really to add an extra sort of texture.
Lovely.
You can use Spanish pine nuts as well, piñones. They're very expensive. They are just lovely, getting lovely and golden now.
It smells incredible.
And then we're going to add our morcilla. Now sometimes, depending on what morcilla you use, it might break down. You know, it might not stay in rounds, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to add a lovely colour. I think the picture I sent you, Hanni, as well, when it's in season, you can dress the dish at the end with pomegranate seeds, which again looks lovely. It just adds another sort of piquant tasting. So as you can see with the morcilla now, it's getting lovely and toasty. So that is almost done, lovely and toasty. Now we have the best bit.
I wish we had
Another little cup. We have our sherry. Now this is a fino, but this is from Montes, which is slightly north of here, and they make their fino with Pedro Jimenez grape, as opposed to their Palomino down in Jerez.
So it's not really sherry; it's a fino de something.
Well, they call it a fino. They call it a fino, but they don't call it a sherry. Yeah. So we add that to glaze our pan. This is when you need instant aroma. Because we're going to have the sweetness from the cane honey. And that's it. So it makes a lovely sauce. We'll turn that off. And then take our teaspoon. This is quite a good, maybe. And then we add our cane honey. I'm just going to let that sit on top now in the heat, and then we'll dress this for service. A little bit more of the rock salt and pepper, and then lots and lots of fresh parsley. And there we are. Morcilla manzana.
Lynsey, thank you so much for having us here on your lovely mountain. We've had a wonderful day so far. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and your story of life on the mountain so far.
Okay, well, I'm Lynsey, and we've been living here on our mountain between Colmenar and Cmares for 16 years. So we moved lock, stock and barrel from Stratford-upon-Avon with 3 tiny children, and We've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirts, so to speak, in mountain life. Goats, pigs, chickens, grow our own vegetables, pick our own olives. So yeah, living the dream and the roller coaster of Spanish life.
So what was it that brought you to this part of Spain originally? Did you know it before you came here? What made you decide to pick a mountain home as opposed to
literally a pin on a map? No, we'd been on holiday to the Costa del Sol many times and we loved it, but we didn't want to live in a coastal environment. We wanted to be able to get there within an hour or so, and I always wanted my own land, you know, sort of the good life, driving over lemons, the experience, all very poetical and, you know, romantic. So we literally got Malaga and drew an hour's radiance and put a pin in the map and then just travelled around to find places.
And here you are.
Here I am.
In terms of your romantic idea of living in the mountains, like, how does the reality actually compare? Is it as wonderful as you thought it would be?
I think it takes a lot of time to adjust, and I still think after 16 years you're still adjusting because something new is always happening. But I think the good times far outweigh the bad. I think sometimes the bad feels so terrible because you're here without your extended family, parents, etc. And obviously working environment here is tougher, not only because you're sort of a foreign person, but you're starting from scratch always. But we have to remember the good times, and yes, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change not being able to eat outside when I wanted to, with frugal food which tastes fabulous, and just sharing a big table with people who visit. That, you know, it's worth, you know, priceless to me. So that's the important things for us.
And La Rosilla, how did that come about? What, you know, what's your background? Tell us a little bit about the story.
Okay,
about
so I was an overseas tours and conference manager. So I'd always worked in travel and events. So really, when you work in travel and events, your life sort of revolves around food, eating and drinking. I was quite well known for being a good party host, and lots of people used to say,
AKA lush.
Yeah. So you should do that as a business, but you don't have the sort of confidence to do that. It's all very well hosting a dinner party, but charging slightly different. So when I first came here, I'd heard a lot about the underground supper club movement, whereby people in countries all over the world maybe opened up their dining room or the terrace, invited people to come. So that's how I started. So once a month here, 20 or so people would gather and come for dinner and give a donation, what they thought was food was worthwhile, and it grew from there. And then I thought, actually, we can sort of not sell our story, but encourage people to come and visit and have a day in the life of us, families and friends and private groups, and it's just gone on from there. So we've sort of been doing this side of it for 12 years.
Lovely, wow, long time.
Yeah, long time.
And you're actually going back to your roots at Supper Club.
I am. Because of this dreadful pandemic, I've had to rekindle my supper club movement, you know, to make funds. So yeah, this Saturday we're fully booked on the terrace, so that will be lovely.
Yeah.
Going back to my roots, yeah.
Yeah, and a bit of local tourism and getting
local
people together
tourists, people who live nearby, lots of people who haven't ventured out yet, or who probably feel more secure in a calmer environment. So yeah, that will be nice.
Lovely.
Hard work, but nice.
And what do you say? I like your name for the new normal, which is the new future.
Yeah.
How do you see the new future of La Rosilla panning out over the next 12 to 24 months?
Well, I'm hoping most of my guests that have been here are quite intrepid travellers anyway, so I'm hoping those types of people will be gagging to get out and travel again, and as I say, because we always only have private groups, families, no mixed groups, people will feel secure to travel and come together, and I hope really we're all going to learn from what we've had to go through.